Welcome back, Kings. Today, we're talking about something that holds so many of us back, and I'm talking about judgment. Whether it's judging others or being our own worst critic, judgment can seriously block us from living our most authentic lives. So, let's talk about why we judge, how it affects us, and most importantly, how we can move away from judgment and step into compassion for ourselves and for others. I personally spent a lot of time over the past couple years analyzing my internal relationship with judgment as I started to realize how much of an impact that it played in my life. So let's go ahead and dive in. Judgment is a word that we hear often, and it's one of those human tendencies that we can't really escape from. But what exactly is judgment? To judge is to form an opinion or conclusion about something or someone. This can be eternal, this can be internal, for self-judgment, or external, where we cast judgments on other people. On one hand, judgment helps us navigate life, where we use judgment to make decisions about our safety, our values, and our interactions. But on the other hand, judgment can cause a lot of pain. When judgment becomes constant criticism, when it's used to belittle others or ourselves, it shifts from being a tool to a weapon. So how do we navigate this duality? Why do we judge? The answer lies deep in human nature. In our most primal state, judgment was about survival. We had to quickly assess whether something or someone was a threat. Fast forward to today, and judgment is still very much a part of our lives, but instead of assessing threats in the wild, we're assessing each other based on appearance, behavior, and even lifestyle choices. Society plays a big role in shaping our judgments. Cultural norms, the media, the environment that we grow up in, all these things dictate what's considered good or bad or normal or weird. When we see someone who doesn't fit into these boxes, judgment creeps in. We judge them because they're different or because they threaten what we know to be true about ourselves and the world. But there's also a deeper psychological reason for judgment, and that would be insecurity. Often we judge others as a way to make ourselves feel better. When we feel small or inadequate, casting judgment on someone else can create this illusion of superiority. It's like a shield that we can use to hide our own vulnerabilities. The problem with constant judgment is that it becomes a barrier both to our personal growth and our relationships with others. Let's take self-judgment as an example. When we criticize ourselves harshly, we chip away at our self-esteem. Instead of using mistakes as opportunities to learn, we see them as proof that we're inadequate. This can lead to anxiety, depression, and a lack of motivation to try again. External judgment affects our relationships. When we judge someone, we create distance. We make it harder to connect because we're so focused on what's wrong with them. And over time, this can erode trust, respect, and intimacy. Judgment can also become a toxic pattern. The more that we judge, the more that we reinforce negative thoughts. This creates a cycle where judgment feels automatic. And this is dangerous because it blinds us to the humanity in others and in ourselves. So, how do we move away from judgment? The first step is awareness, noticing when you're judging excessively. Mindfulness teaches us to observe our thoughts without attachment. Instead of reacting to judgmental thoughts, we can just notice them. Ask yourself, why am I judging this person or situation? What is this judgment really about? Empathy is another powerful tool. When we place ourselves in someone else's shoes, judgment falls away. We begin to understand that everyone is doing the best with the knowledge and tools and experiences that they have. Practicing empathy also helps us to be kinder to ourselves. We start to see that perfection isn't the goal, but growth is. Finally, it's important to replace judgment with curiosity. When you feel yourself being critical of someone, ask questions. What might be happening in their life that you don't know about? When you feel judgmental of yourself, ask what you can learn from the situation. This shift from judgment to curiosity opens up doors to growth and connection. To judge is human, but so is the ability to change how we engage with it. The goal isn't to eliminate judgment entirely. That's just unrealistic. Trust me, I've tried. Instead, we can learn how to soften it. We can catch ourselves when we're being harsh, either to others or to ourselves, and choose compassion instead. Embrace the imperfections in yourself, embrace them in others. Life is messy. People are messy. And that's just what makes it beautiful. When we stop trying to fit everything and everyone into neat little boxes, we can make room for authenticity and deeper understanding. So the next time that you catch yourself being judgmental, take a breath, pause, and ask, how can I replace this judgment with empathy and curiosity? That small shift can change everything. I'll see you guys in the next video.